Hello, hello. What's going on? This is No Noise. It's, what is it, Monday? Dang, Monday already. January 11th of the new year, 2021. Z-Rex, well, I hope y'all are doing awesome out there. Plenty to talk about today. And let's just jump right into it, because yeah, there's some big moves today in the crypto market. Let's check it out. Right here at the coin checkup action, you can see market cap has dumped 25%. Crossed over that trillion marker. 1 point, about 1-ish, 1.08, whatever, we'll just round it, 1.1. And it has significantly fallen off just in the last 24 hours. Pretty brutal move here. Not to say it was super unexpected. There was a little bit of warning signs on the medium time frames with the divergences, which ended up playing out. We never got back above over this trend line that we spoke about on the last video, which wasn't yesterday, I don't believe. No, it was Saturday night. We were kind of in this range when we did it, so it just stayed under this exponential. Couldn't regain it. Very bad. for the bulls, and that has played out in full here. We are now down on the day about 24-25% roughly. Pretty nasty move. Let's look at it on a daily. Yeah, you can see this is really rough. I was noticing this last night when I was looking at the chart too. And this whole rally since 10K, there's been one time here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 10 times only that there's been 2 bearish candles in a row. And I guess one here is 3, and now we're getting 3. But we are kind of hanging around the 21 exponential, so that's nice. But yeah, this is not looking great. As we were speaking the other day, if these medium time frames close below 31,000 area, kind of this wick too right here, this thing is probably going to go back down to the 55 daily exponential here at about 25,000. So that's definitely in the cards, and that's another 17% drop from here. So do watch out for that, because we are, I mean, this is engulfing lots of price action. Let's zoom out on a weekly. Yeah, on a weekly, this doesn't look great either. But again, the weekly just started, so just giving kind of reference of how much you can go. Look, yeah, the shorter term moving average here on the weekly is also right around 25,000. So yeah, this is looking real bad, guys. What probably ushered this in is also in that video, or speaking of the dollar, looking like it was gaining some momentum down here. And it sure did. It had follow through all last night when futures reopened at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is right here on the lower time frames, you can see. And yeah, as soon as King Dollar came back in, it was... Oh, sorry about that. As soon as King Dollar came in, it just started wrecking Bitcoin. It also wrecked gold. Markets we'll get to in a little bit. I'm not sure if they are down at the moment or not. I guess we can peep real fast. It only takes a second. Yeah, they're selling off too, trying to get the momentum back, but they've already looked like they're starting to lose it again. Although, to be fair, we are in this little cluster of business here, so yeah, it could get caught. Let's go back to BTC. We'll get back to those charts later. So yeah, this is definitely not very good. That bearish divergence definitely came into play. Like I said, just we really needed to see the regaining of this exponential here. We didn't get it, and then we've got bears back in the power zone here on that little dump last night. So this is this isn't the best price action, but you know, it is what it is. It's what happens when you get real frothy and only go up pretty much. But this potentially could lead to some damage on the crypto markets. I know that, let's see, where are we at here? I know people don't want to hear that, that's for sure, because it only goes up, right? But this is looking pretty brutal. It had a chance earlier to catch up, but it looks like it's not. Looks like we're about to take this wick again and probably get down here to maybe sub 30. And we've got about an hour and 45 minutes left on this 3-hour candle. Let's see on a 4-hour what it looks like. Yeah, 4-hour was just as ugly. Just stalling out here above the major high resistance in the low 40,000s that we are marking off over the last few days. So definitely super ugly price action. How about the volume on the daily? Yeah, lots of volume here, and we still got 7 hours to go. So let's kind of see how that plays out over the next hours. But yeah, overall, this is not looking very good. Yeah, it looks like we just wicked below this low here. So what is that? At about 30,662. Yeah, and I don't see anything yet, not even on the lowest time frame. There's nothing that looks like reversal action quite yet. Usually you see some kind of regaining of this exponential or some type of bullish divergence on these lower time frames, but the bulls, if we zoom in on DMI, they're having a hard time even staying back in the neutral zone. So definitely be cautious here. Yeah, what are we down? Like I said, what was it, 25, 26%? Yeah, so pretty brutal. Again, the dollar is important. I know everyone thinks that crypto is some kind of weird hedge or whatever, but it has not proven itself to do that to this day. So if this gets continuation, the dollar, and we keep getting momentum on this, especially this closing above the 21 exponential, probably will get us up to here in the low 90s. Yeah, I mean, that's not going to bode well for Bitcoin at all. To be fair, though, we do have this trend line. Let's extend that out a little bit. So we do have this trend line that's kind of building here, right with the 55 and this purple moving average. So a lot of resistance there. So it's not super crazy yet, but it's definitely noteworthy. Could you say this bearish divergence played out on Bitcoin? Yeah, it's playing out. I don't know if it's done though. I just don't see anything yet that's showing. I mean, we don't even have any good signs on the 2 and 3 hour yet. I guess the best thing is it's pretty deep. We're at 23. You know, we tend not to stay down here very long, or at least in this rally we haven't. There's been a few times where it's stabbed down there, back here and here. But yeah, I mean, this just isn't looking good at all. I'm pretty much, it looks like, here's a 2 hour close. Where did this close at? Yeah, 31,500. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna put a little damper on this move for sure. I'm not even gonna be bullish on Bitcoin anymore until we get at least back above like this cluster business here around 35,000. Yeah, you got the daily. Yeah, until we can regain this short-term exponential, which is probably around there too. Yep, 35.5. The bulls they're out. So take that as you will. It sucks. No one wants to hear that, but price action is telling us otherwise. And if King Dollar keeps moving up, it's not going to be good or bode well for Bitcoin. I'm gonna look at markets real quick, see if ES is trying to hold on. This is another thing. If markets can stay bid, traditionals, that would kind of be good for it. Let's go look at Ethereum, and then we'll get into the rest of the markets. Got Ethereum, just absolute brutal move, 30% in a day. I mean, this is really ugly. Yeah, this is pretty much icing this rally here. Weekly. Yeah, if this doesn't get back and regain any of this and have a little tail on it, this is going to be kind of like a tweezer top type pattern. So that's not good. Last time you saw one of those was back over here. You do not want it to look like this. That would be very, very bad. But it does kind of look like it's shaping up for that as of now. Let's see if maybe Ethereum has something on the lower time frames. All right, so Ethereum is building a little bit of bullish divergence here on the low time frames, so that's a little bit of a better sign. Bitcoin's not showing that, but Ethereum most definitely is. We'll see if that can play out. The biggest issue though is the bulls are just not able to even get back in this neutral zone, which is between like 16 and 26. Right now they're in the forgotten zone. Let's get back out into the chart. We do have some support here on this trend line. Looks like it's kind of stalling out, but yeah, I mean, low time frame divergence doesn't really mean shit. I really want to see on the 2 hour or preferably like a 3 hour. I want to see this regain these exponentials right here, the gray lines, the yellow pass up over here. So it tried to do it here, immediately got rejected. This is a ugly candle. Got back underneath it, and we've just been going down since. So that bearish divergence definitely decided to play out this time. Let's see if Litecoin is doing anything. Well, I guess I have to spell it right, don't I? Oof, brutal. 37%. Ouch. Yeah, this is what happens when markets get a little too frothy. It didn't find support at the gray like Ethereum is now. Right here, the 200 simple. I guess it did for a second, but now it just gave it all back up, and now we're even below this wick and below the 377 long term. So pretty ugly. Yeah, until this regains this exponential here, it's going to be very bearish. Man, okay, so we're finding a little support here at the 55, so that's a good place to stop. and it also coincides with this nice little cluster, kind of like a little mini flag here that preceded this move. But still not out of the woodworks yet. We got to do a lot more work. It is notable that the volume is kind of low on this sell-off here. So, all right, let's look at XRP dumped. XRP is only down 16%. That's kind of funny. Who would have thunk it? It's not even down as much as Bitcoin, but it's so trash. Let's see. Yeah, it's trying to stay bid, but again, same kind of posturing here on the medium time frames. Oh, let's see. What is this? Hold on. That's pretty weak, but it's trying. It's trying to base out right around here. So, staying above 24-25 cents is still okay for XRP. Oh yeah, let's go look over here. I wanted to show this. I totally forgot to do this. So this is interesting. Earlier I noticed a couple of coins that were actually showing some relative strength, like Zen. Look at this. Zen is up 8, almost 9% on the day. Then Pax, all these are, well, Neo's not, but most of these are tethered coins up here. And, you know, some stuff isn't down that much. Like, let's see, Rev, don't know anything about that. Looks like this is a dollar coin, too. Celsius, like some stuff is only down 5-10%. So this interesting. Zen, let's go look at Zen, because something that's defying the coin markets right now is very noteworthy. This is interesting. Look at this, guys. Yeah, it is just defying all these sell-offs. I mean, Ethereum, Bitcoin stuff down 25, 30 to 40%, depending which one you're picking. I'm going to keep an eye on this one in the future if Bitcoin can kind of recover a little bit. Oh, yeah, this has a beautiful kind of pattern on it, sort of a ascending triangle type consolidation. So, I mean, yeah, this looks really good as long as it stays above 15, 16 bucks. That's surprising that there's something that isn't selling off like a dog with this move. Yeah, you can see most everything is down 15, 20 plus percent. So, let's look at one more here. Celsius is only down 10. So that might be an interesting one to look at. Oh, that sucks. It's only on 2 exchanges. Yeah, who cares about this? We're going to get rid of that crap. All right. Again, if we can't even get a little bit of support around this area, and we close this 3 hour, which closes in an hour and 30 minutes roughly, below 32,000, that is not going to be good. It's definitely probably bringing us down to 29-ish, and if that breaks, then we're probably going to head all the way down to 25K, which is going to be about a 42% drop. And if you remember from the let me clean this chart up a little bit. If you remember from the video from a couple days ago, we were going through these, how far extended the weekly was from the medium term averages. I mean, you can see, like, just on the shortest term one, it was like 50, and we went through all these, and they were around, like, I believe mid-30s to like 50-ish, and before they had big pullbacks. And the problem still with this chart is, even in these bigger moves, like in 2018, you can see we came back and tapped the 21. Well, I mean, all right here, riding it, and then once we got kind of momentum, we tapped it 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, not really. Nah, it doesn't count. So like 4 times in this run up. We haven't done that at all in this expansion. So it's not out of the question for this thing to come back down and test that, which is would be real scary for a lot of people, because that's all the way down at 20,000. So I'll be watching the medium time frames right here and seeing if any bids get caught up. And waiting for this 2 hour to regain this exponential, and then I will start thinking about re-entering some longs here. But right now, just kind of got to wait for some more time and see what King Dollar is going to do. Speaking of, let's go to traditional markets. Oh, this looks pretty good. This is kind of what you want to see for some recovery. Because the dollar hurts everything. It even hurts traditional markets. So Yeah, you can see it's kind of finding this support, but again, if it doesn't break back above 38.10 pretty fast, like this week, this is probably going to roll over too. And on the downside, no, this looks pretty decent still on the daily. Nothing too crazy. You can still come down to like 37.50, but as long as it's staying above this little cluster of business, then yeah, we're all good on that. So like that's a little bit better for the for Bitcoin's sake. It could just be a little liquidation break right now happening. Let's go to tech stocks. See what that's looking like. Oh, tech does not look good though. This looks a lot different. Oh no, it doesn't. It looks okay on the daily. It looks about the same as ES. So yeah, as long as it stays above about 12.7, 12.8, right around here, this business, probably nothing too crazy to think about. It is losing the momentum on the lower time frames on NASDAQ, so that's not super sexy, but these are better looked at in like daily time frames. You get shook out a lot. These are mean products. Russell is still on fire. It looks totally fine. This did not go below 50. Nope. So you're good there. Bouncing off that. Yeah, as long as it's staying above this business again and the blow of this candle at about 1976. Great number. Then there you go. Looking pretty good. Let's go to Dow. Yeah, it's kind of the same. They're all showing about the same stuff here. Looks like it's attempting to regain, but we've got super neutral, super tight bands here on DMI. So looks like we're probably in for a little consolidation week. And this week is going to be yet another interesting one to start 2021 with all the BS that's floating around and hearsay. Let's go to the dollar again and dive a little deeper on that. This one also could be watching. If this keeps fading off, this will be very good for Bitcoin. So let's look at it on a medium time frame. So yeah, like on the 2 hour, you can see, actually let's go to 3 hour, it'll be a little less noisy. So on the 3 hour, and that's what we're all about with no noise, we want less noise. So on the 3 hour, you can see, yeah, we're still finding support right here. If it loses this exponential, which will probably coincide with price around 90.30 or so, that would bode very well for Bitcoin. But on medium time frames, this looks really good for the dollar. It just has major resistance at the 91-ish area. Let's look at euro because you can kind of look at dollar that way too. If you can see, if I invert the chart, see how it looks almost identical. But anyway, yeah, losing the exponential. Yeah, this is bad for the euro, so kind of showing some strength there too for the dollar, that is. And it hasn't closed. I mean, it still has 5 hours. Doesn't mean that it is going to close down here, but if it does, it hasn't closed below the 21 exponential, you know, since November. I mean, this is a big rally, about 4.2%. Yeah, that's another great number. Yeah, so supported like 120, then that, which will coincide also with DXY over here in this area. See, if I flip this chart, it looks just like the euro chart. So looking at euro dollars, pretty much looking at DXY inverted. But yeah, if this keeps getting continuation, guys, Bitcoin is going to get wrecked. So do be very careful of that. On the weekly, it looks like it's probably going to be about the same. Yeah, about 91, a little bit less. So getting a close above that probably will bring us up to 91.5, 92 on the weekly. But right now, I'm just kind of watching the daily and the medium-term time frames. Because if this can lose back the momentum, we'll probably be okay on the BTC. Let's look at, oh yeah, Neo didn't sell off too huge either on this move. If you look on the daily, I mean, it's down about 12%. I guess maybe it did sell off more earlier. It didn't look that bad. Yeah, it looks like it lost a lot of it in the last, since I started this video. But it still actually looks pretty damn good here. You got the EMAs opening up. They're all sloped up. It's still kind of holding bid. If Neo can stay above 19 bucks, that would also look pretty good. And it's showing a little bit of relative strength against the market. It's only down 12% versus, you know, like Ethereum. It's down 24%. Litecoin is, oh, not coming up. Type that wrong. Litecoin is just getting monkey hammered, 30%. But look, it's trying to find a base right here at this 55. It loses that, where it's gonna get brutal. So see if Bitcoin's doing anything while we're sitting here. Yeah, okay, so this is the lower divergence I was just discussing at the beginning of the video, here and here. You've got this higher high right there. You got lower closes. The only thing that sucks about this is the close is inside this tail, so it's not like super strong. So I wouldn't put too much weight on that. Not until we can get back above and trend back above the shorter term averages. You can see it's been getting rejected from them all morning. It tried overnight to get some momentum and gave it all up with a quickness as we were going into the wee hours of the morning for the US session to open. Let's go to VIX because we missed that. Kind of, now nothing too crazy. So the VIX kind of popped, only about 7%. That's nothing. So it's clustering down here. It is making kind of a little series of higher highs, though. I'm sorry, higher lows. Well, and higher highs. So this is kind of uptrending, so that's interesting. It's another thing that can bring the markets down, is that. So let's see. Where are my drawings? Oh, there they are. They're off. Yeah, nice little pop on VVIX. Also kind of clustering. It doesn't have the same structure as VIX quite per se, but still all right. It's like I said, as long as it holds above this 100 level, we do need to be kind of careful for random big sell-offs. Other than that, I think that's about all I wanted to talk. Ooh, Hershey's rolling over today. That's not good, but again, still in this cluster, in this rising wedge, and still has low. Oh, volatility looks like it's finally expanding. Yep, you can see this little gray dot there. We're out of the red, so this is interesting. Again, like we spoke about this is kind of the smart money indicator. So if this starts getting, whenever this breaks out which way, I think it's going to be pretty safe to kind of correlate that to the overall direction for the medium term on the traditional markets. And earnings season is coming up here for everything. So this should be nice, fun rides for the next couple weeks. Alrighty, look at my notes. 32K. Yeah, that's about it. So we're just gonna wrap up here. Bitcoin's still selling off. See, it's just not strong enough. Yeah, when you get the closes, like I was just saying, it's just that's not high conviction. And when we're staying below this, cyan low term moving average constantly on the low time frames, it's bad news bears. That's for sure. So as soon as this can regain the exponentials right here, the gray lines, then I'll look for possibly some long entries for myself. But right now, the Bitcoin rally is iced. So I know it's not what people want to hear, but hey, you gotta listen. You gotta look at the charts and believe what the charts say. It is absolutely super iced until we get back above. Let's see if we do a fib. Yeah, it's kind of lining up with that mid 30,000s again, like we mentioned earlier. So about 35K. So if we're below that, watch out. So watch the 35K level and watch King Dollar DXY if you want to look that up, or you can use the euro as well. Just invert it because it'll be the opposite of this here. So that'll do it for today. Y'all have a wonderful Monday. Happy Monday. Have a good trading week. Be vigilant. Don't be super scared yet. This does look bad, but you know, it was inevitable. It was going to happen. Shit just doesn't go up forever. Our next lowest wick on this week is 27.5 too. So looks like we might be coming to test that. Again, King Dollar, and wait for these exponentials to get back over. And maybe if you want to zoom in on crack time frames, like a 7 minute, it needs to get back up over at least the short-term moving averages. All right, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all mañana. Peace.
Game over.